Well, hey everybody, welcome to Valley Forged. I just wanted to say I'm breaking up with the Atomstack. I've had it for about a week, and I wanted to love it. I needed to love it. I have things to cut. And I realized, and maybe you guys have watched my other videos, I bought the Jinmitsu, which is a 5.5 watt, fantastic machine. Really, really, really happy with it. I knew almost immediately it wasn't going to do what I needed it to do, but I didn't return it, even though I bought it from Amazon, because I felt like, you know what? They did a great job on this thing, and it worked as advertised. I didn't really have too much issue with the problems that it did have, because there were a few. It felt like it was built by an adult. Now, maybe an adult in China, but, you know, hey, it works good. It worked as designed. So then I got the Atomstack. You know, I had looked at the reviews and I was a little questionable because of some of the reviews. And a lot of the people said, hey, I had trouble setting it up. I had trouble building it, but that was my fault. And so I thought, you know, okay, fine. I had trouble setting it up too, putting it together. Just the basics that should have been so easy. But I was willing to let that go because, hey, even if it takes 4 times longer to put together than I thought it was going to, once it's put together, it's put together. Done. So I wasn't too worried about that. So then I noticed, well, of course, putting an air assist on it wasn't as easy as I would have liked. It wasn't as easy as it was for my other laser. And I knew I needed air assist. It's just such an important part of what I do. So I put one on temporarily, and it worked great, but it's not an ideal solution. But, you know, that was another thing. It was just kind of like, okay. And then the gantry, it was really wobbly. And I had seen that was in other videos. You know, my first take on the Atomstack talks a bit about that, about just the wobble there. And you know, the cable management and blah, blah, blah. But all these things are things that I could probably fix. Yeah, they should have been better, but I probably could have fixed them. The one thing that I don't know how to fix without cutting, you know, the metal on the machine is this card height. And you can look at this in my picture. Look how thin this is. Now, this is what you drop down, which is already a bad design, but it's what you drop down to give a height for the laser. So you have this micro thin little distance between the bottom of this metal here that you're looking at now and your workspace. So anything that jumps up a little bit is going to, or, you know, if you have a little wobble in the wood, which you're going to have, I'm sorry, it's wood. These are really flat pieces I'm using, but obviously not flat enough for this machine. So what I did here, as you're looking, I put everything up a little bit on magnets so that the pieces would fall down instead of sticking up, so that, oh, look, there it goes right there. See, the wood just hit the bottom because it probably had just a little wobble in it. Now, this is after me trying, and you can look at this picture I have here, 4 or 5 times doing it flat, but then the pieces would stick up a little bit, and it only takes one time for it to barely touch the bottom of this laser to screw up your whole project. So now, after 5 times of me not being able to get this one piece and wasting 5 pieces of wood, I just had it. I was just like, you know what? With all the other things that I'm not happy about with this laser, it just doesn't feel finished. And then I didn't even talk about the Wi-Fi. Now, on my Amazon account, it said that it came with Wi-Fi. Now, this is from the official Atomstack Amazon. And obviously, this is the A10, not the X7, even though it says both in the description. And then also says you could use Wi-Fi. It does have Wi-Fi on the back of the terminal, but you cannot use it. It's not in the software. So maybe there's a software update that I could fix that. But I heard the Wi-Fi on most of these lasers is not working correctly anyway. even with the Ortur Master 3, and it looks like that's the one I'm going to go with. It just seems like the best overall 10 watt laser. And what I really need is a 10 watt. I don't need the 20 right now. And if I'm going to go with the 20, I may just wait and go with the CO2. That's what I'm used to using. But I've been really happy with the diodes in so many ways. They just need to be built correctly. Now, what are the good things that I would say about the Atomstack? I think the price that you pay for the watt of power is excellent. You know, even with the little things, if you're going to be doing mostly engraving, some light cutting, you want a budget machine and you can do things yourself, and you maybe even want to, you know, extend it or do some other things that you may not be able to do with a finished, polished machine, this might actually be better for you. The instructions I thought were fine. I mean, for the most part, they put things in different pouches and pockets, and that worked pretty well. Other than, you know, it not being intuitive how you put the frame together, yeah, not too bad. And it worked literally the first time. I tried it on, I hooked it up to Lightburn, and bam, it worked right away. So that is pretty cool when you're talking about a laser and something that's reasonably high tech and you know, getting into a computer and everything else and going to a software that it was not built for originally. I just think that was great. So there are many things that I liked about the Atomstack, but in the end, it was just too much, too many things. And, you know, taking a look at the Ortur Master 3, it just seems like so much more of an adult laser. It just seems like they have thought of the things that I want, that I care about, and especially this distance between the laser and also the way that it's not this big box. It's just a little circle. I think it's really going to help me in what I mean to do. I guess I'll be doing a review of that when I get it, probably about a week or so. I will take a look at that and see. I'll compare it to how I feel about the Atomstack. And these will be true comparisons. I don't get paid by, you know, I didn't get these sent for free to me. And that's a whole other video that we should talk about. You know, I do like the whole fact that people get sent lasers and get to test them. Is it causing people not to really get the good information? Probably. Is it the best? You know, I see both sides of it. So we're kind of going to go into that in an episode. I also find it pretty interesting that every video that you look at on a laser, regardless, I can look at Ortur or Atomstack or any of them, I'm seeing an X-Tool commercial. It's kind of funny. You're trying to sell something on the internet, but every time you do, somebody's advertising your competition. Anyways, if you have not had the same problems, please leave it in the description. Let me know what it's been like for you if you have the Atomstack. And if you're thinking about getting one, hey, I have nothing against Atomstack. This is the first product from them that I've had. I'm willing to take a look at what they build next. But even the X20, I'm not interested in. Anything that has this low of a card difference between the bottom of the laser and your material is just not something I'm going to be interested in. I mean, the only solution I could think of is just taking a hacksaw to the bottom of this laser and just getting rid of about a 1/4 inch or something, at least 1/8 of an inch, so that I don't have to worry about this. But there's too many other things that I'm not liking here, so I'm going to end it here. But I just wanted to get that out, let you know how I was feeling about it, and get some feedback from you. So appreciate you being here. See you in the next one. Oh, like and subscribe and all that stuff.